in 1973, John and Yoko began to experience problems in their relationship, and they decided to separate for what became a period of around 16 months. This was quite a wild time for John, and it later became known as his lost weekend. But actually, it was an incredibly creative and prolific period for them both. And for Yoko, she was free to concentrate on her music and promoting her album, and she conducted a tour of Japan. And really, she had artistic freedom from a relationship that had become quite overwhelming. Because John and Yoko did everything together publicly, they were really like the first reality TV couple. So I think this must have put a huge amount of pressure on their relationship, and Yoko felt as though they were beginning to ruin each other's careers. John and Yoko always remained in contact whilst they were apart, and they would often speak on the phone. And in 1974, John gave Yoko a gift of an etched mirror with the words, "Too beautiful, Yoko, I love you," written on them. And I think, of course, this shows their love for one another, but I also think it really symbolises their commitment that they had, even though they weren't together at that time. By 1975, John and Yoko had moved back in with each other, with John saying that that was really where he belonged. And I think they were soulmates, so any separation was always going to be short-lived. And of course, later in that year, their son Sean was born on the 9th of October, which was also John's 35th birthday. John and Yoko decided that raising Sean and having a traditional family life outside of the spotlight was something that was really important to them. John said at a later time that they'd gone through hell trying to have a baby, and unfortunately they'd suffered many miscarriages. So I think that having a normal family life was something that was really vital for them. And interestingly, during this time, there was definite gender role reversal between John and Yoko. With Yoko, she really focused on the business, and for John, he really wanted to stay at home and be a house husband, and bake bread and care for Sean. And what became a period of 5 years, from 1975 to 1980, John formed an incredibly close bond with Sean. The exhibition features several objects related to John and Sean. We have a baby carrier called a Snuggly, which John used to carry Sean as a baby. And we have original lyrics for Beautiful Boy, Darling Boy, which is a love song that John wrote for Sean when he was 5 years old. It has quite famous lyrics which are often quoted. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.